gave me one of the best pieces of advice ever when I was probably about 14 or so. And he said, Brian, if it doesn't feel right in here, don't do it. My name is Brian McIntosh. This is the Daily Dose. And at the time, I thought that meant so I didn't get in trouble, right? Like, if it doesn't feel right in here, don't do it, right? So if you're thinking about, taking Dad's car out for a spin while he's at work in the middle of the day, don't, if it doesn't feel right, don't do it. That's what I thought at the time. At 14 years old, that's what that meant to me. It meant if you don't want to get in trouble, you know right from wrong, don't do it, right? As an adult, however, that advice is equally, if not more so powerful in your life because of the broader scope that it covers. See, when we're kids like that, really that's what we're concerned about. What can we get away with? What can't we get away with? We're not making like major life decisions, right? But as we begin to get a little older, we start making decisions that will impact the rest of our life. And then as we begin to get into adulthood and have children of our own, it seems like almost every decision we make has drastic ramifications. Because it does. Every decision you make counts. Every one of them is important. Even if it doesn't seem important to you, it's going to affect somebody else. It has a ripple effect and could form a huge impact in someone else's life. So you got to be careful. Every decision counts. Every word, every comment, compliment, criticism, every action, every decision to go right or left, whatever, every decision counts. And so as you're going throughout your day, man, you've got all these decisions that you need to make. Do you put 2 scoops of sugar on the Cheerios or not? Do you speed on your way to work or not? Do you tell the boss, you make up an excuse for why you're 5 minutes late to the boss, or you just say sorry, it won't happen again. All these decisions, these daily decisions throughout the day. And as adults now, if we apply this sage advice that this extraordinary man gave a 14-year-old, think about how much different our lives would be if we never did anything that didn't feel right here. So you walk into work and the boss goes, hey, run a little behind. You go, and before you can open your mouth, you check the heart. You go, I'm not going to make up an excuse. It doesn't feel right. So you just go, yes, sir, I'm late. I apologize, it won't happen again. I'll stay 5 minutes late this afternoon to make up for it. Or whatever, right? Think about it. If everything we did was tempered or measured by a standard of whether or not it sits right here, where we keep our moral and ethical code of behaviors, our mores, where they're stored, right? If it doesn't feel right here, don't do it. Think about how much heartache, pain, and suffering we could avoid. Think about how much stress we could avoid. Think about how much worry and anxiety we could avoid. Think about how crystal clear our lives would be of strife, worry, and anxiety if every action and decision we took was in alignment with our own moral and ethical standards of behavior. Think about it. It's life-changing. It's life-changing to know that you don't have to look over your shoulder. You don't have to remember what you told somebody. You don't have to hope something catches up with you. You don't ever have to worry about your past if you've always made decisions that are in alignment with your own moral and ethical standards. And it doesn't mean everyone's standards are the same. But whatever your standards are, you've got to live by them. So if it doesn't feel right in here, don't do it. The other side of that is it creates a peace of mind for you. Because you only feel good about yourself to the degree to which you feel as though you're moving in the direction of your dreams and goals. In other words, you only feel good about yourself to the degree to which you feel you're in control. You're driving the train towards the things that you say you really want in your life. So if you're saying you really want to lose weight, for example, as you're eating the chocolate chip cookie, you're feeling bad about you. Right? If you're perfectly thin and you're not trying to lose weight, you don't feel bad about eating a chocolate chip cookie. You just throw that sucker in there and off you go, right? Or if you're trying to do something great, if you're trying to be a better spouse and you've consciously made the decision that at the moment you're not being as loving or caring as you could be with your spouse, you don't feel good about you. If you're trying to live better financially and save money and improve your overall net worth, you don't feel good about you while you're blowing money at the club on the weekend or on a new set of golf clubs or something you didn't need. Are you following what I'm saying? But when you take the actions that you know are in alignment with what you want to achieve in your life, you begin to feel great about you. It boosts your self-confidence. You feel good. You feel better. You're more effective. All of these things create a positive outpouring of activity and conversation and attitude and posture and everything else because you're acting in alignment with your own values, your own set of values, morals, and ethics. And they're based around what you believe is true or right about behavior, and it's also based around what you've set for yourself in terms of goals. So the idea that if something doesn't feel right in here, don't do it. Not only does it does so many things for you. Not only will it allow you to clean up the mess in your life, so you're never looking over your shoulder, but it also allows you to begin to feel really good about you because not only are you're behaving in alignment with your morals and with your moral and ethical standards, but you're also moving in the directions of your goals and your dreams because your heart won't let you do things contrary to what you say you want. At least not without making you feel bad. So your conscience is there to keep you on track. And if your conscience is clear, you know you're on the right path. What sage, incredible advice. I start telling my kids this when they're like 2. They're looking at me like, what are you talking about? I'm like, sorry, it's just so valuable. I didn't know when I was supposed to give it to you, right? I thought earlier the better. If it doesn't feel right in here, don't do it. In every area of your life, maybe the single most important self-esteem, self-confidence, behavioral achievement lesson in a sentence. And it was given to me by an extraordinary man 25 years ago. That's the dose. Go make it a great week.